Hi, my name's Alyssa. Sorry. I'm watching a video on quantum mechanics by it doesn't matter, but I'm going to start doing story times, and these stories are real things that have happened to me. Oh, I look like shit right now. I never wear makeup and I'm so stressed lately. So that's why. But I'm gonna start making story times to share my life, and the abuse that I've went through. And I'm gonna start writing letters, like letters to orphans of the world because I'm an orphan, and under the age of 18, I didn't have two parents. And well, I've also been abused by a satanic gang, a satanic cult. They're obsessed with Satan and torture, so I call them a satanic gang. They are a gang. I don't know their names. I don't know these people. They're human traffickers. And I'd like to share my story because, I'd like a platform to share my story, maybe help some other people through and, help myself. I think it could be very therapeutic to help share my story. I know a lot of people might have hateful things to say. They might not believe me. They might believe me. I don't really care. I mean, I'm not a liar and I have no reason to lie. And it's really just one family member who denies everything. I talked to this person about abuse um, and they're just in complete denial. Like, it doesn't matter. But, so I'm going to share my story about the abuse that I've been going through. And because there's not a lot of, well, there's a lot of content about gang stalking and stuff. And Teal Swan she's like the poster child for ritual abuse. And what I've been through is ritual abuse. And it takes a lot of courage, because it is a scary topic. So it takes a lot of courage to come out and talk about these things. Well, any abuse, and sometimes some abuse is harder for some people to talk about than others. I'm a pretty strong person, so so I mean, like, sometimes what I'm trying to say is, like, some shit's easier for some people to talk about than others. Like, we all have different pain tolerances, and that's okay. Sometimes it takes people forever to come forward about abuse, and sometimes people are just ready to talk about it. But I'm gonna start doing story times because what a story time is really you just tell a story from your life. And my life has been crazy. My life has been something out of, like, a horror movie like the Poltergeist, because these fuckers have black magic and like demons and shit, and that's where I usually lose people if you're not like um but I mean, like, okay, first of all, like, millions of people believe in like religion, so they like believe in non-physical entities and like gods and stuff, like, without question. So like, if you want to call me crazy for like actually having a personal experience, you're gonna have to like call everyone crazy who's ever had a personal experience with a spirit guide, because non-physical entities exist. So um I just wanted to put that out there because, like, I have been ritually abused, and they have used non-physical entities, which I call demons, on me. So I'm just gonna put that there. And once again, this is where people just, they either go into denial and say, "Oh, you're bullshitting," or they're like, "Okay, I'm open-minded to non-physical phenomena. I'm open-minded to spiritual phenomena, angels, demons, entities beyond the physical world." I mean, when we die, we clearly reincarnate. Our physical vessel, when it dies, it's not the end of our life. Consciousness goes on. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. And I strongly believe, especially since we have so much proof from Dolores Cannon's past life regressions, and the fact of the matter is, past life regression is real. And you know, my past life regression was interfered with by these abusers. But I'm just trying to say that, like, there's so much more to this. um when you die, you're non-physical. Your physical vessel ceases, kind of like a power, kind of like a computer. The computer dies but the energy goes on. Your physical vessel, it has no more energy to fuel the body. It has no more life force, chi, prana, life force, whatever you want to call it. So, but we surely go on. Like, I know that because, first of all, I just want to say, like, non-physical realms, Nikola Tesla said, and I'm talking about non-physical realms because I'd like to help you understand the physics behind non-physical entities before people start calling me crazy for, talking about the ritual abuse that I've been through. I'd like to explain to you my understanding about how this ritual abuse works and how demons work, or how their rituals work. I'm not going to be the expert on this because I'm not into black magic. I'm not into and I call it black magic because that's because they've done rituals on me. And another thing is, like, well, I'm just trying to give you some scientific background, some kind of explanation, and I'm not going to fit it all into this one video. So keep me posted, or keep posted with me. And um my life has been such a crazy adventure that, yeah, some of it is hard to believe, but I don't care because, you know, I know who I am at the end of the day. I know what I've experienced. Um, and I need a platform to share my story, and I don't really have much support in my life. So maybe there is somebody online, maybe by reaching out and sharing my story with the world, I could come in contact with more people and more resources that can help me. Maybe I'll grow a platform, like not a platform, a fan base. And because I don't want this channel to be just about the abuse that I've went through, but I do want to make story time videos, vlogs. I want to make vlogs about what I've been through because it's something I want to do. I think it'll help me. Because it's certainly not helping me. It's also like a documentary. So like if I fucking die one day, if these kidnappers, if these satanic if this gang really does kidnap me and kill me one day, like here's documents, you know? At first I thought they were after me because I researched shit like anti-gravity. I'm like, "Oh my god, is the government after me or something?" Like did I research too much? But I was like, "No, that's stupid." I was just trying to think of any uh, because one time in a video I said, "Oh, maybe it's the government," but I don't really. I'm not like a conspiracy theorist. I'm not like, "Oh my god, the government's after me." That's not what I'm fucking saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. But one time I did mention that, but perhaps they have government ties because they've hacked my phone before, which means they have advanced technology. They also have a lot of advanced energy work. You know, they know how the non-physical realms of they know how mind over matter works. They know how spirituality works. They know how your chakras work. They've sent me third eye pictures to my third eye, which I believe is your third eye chakra right here, and I believe that you can do telepathy with it because that's what I've experienced. I've experienced a lot of stuff, and I'm going to be explaining the rituals that they've performed on me, basically because I couldn't find any resources online. I mean, I could find some, but and you know it's very dangerous for me to come forward with all this information too because I know they don't want me sharing it, but I'm just trying to make documents of what I'm going through, and it's such a crazy story. It's such a crazy life that I've lived, and I'm still a normal person. I'm still trying to, you know, I'm a normal person. I'm not crazy. I'm still trying to live my normal life through all of this abuse. You know, I grew up without parents. My mom died from cancer when I was a kid, and my father, yeah, walked out. You know, he chose alcohol over his daughter. So you know, God bless him. I don't know if God's real or not, but you know, I'm just saying bless him. He's on his own path. He's working from his own level of consciousness, and I'm trying not to judge him. I don't judge people really. Um, unless you're a serial killer or like a rapist or like if you're watching Harry Potter, there's like three unforgivable curses in Harry Potter, and it's like torture, controlling people, the Imperious curse, and killing. Like that's probably where I draw the line. Like that shit's fucked up. But like I try not to judge people. But so stay tuned with me, and I'm gonna start making story times because I think that can really go famous, and I think that oh, I'm not in this for fame either way, but either I'm trying to say it like I'm in this for sharing my story and healing through sharing my story, but I don't want my channel Enlightened Documentaries to be just about sharing my personal story because I want enlightened documentaries to be just what it is, enlightened documentaries, which is why I actually started this video off talking about the astral realms, talking about the physics behind, you know, how we really see such a small percentage of the electromagnetic spectrum, and then how atoms are 99% empty space. So there's all this extra energy and frequency and realms going on in the multiverse. There's so much, you know, string theory says that there's multiple dimensions. String theory says there's a multiverse. That's scientific proof that there's more shit out there, yo. And consciousness is not created in the brain. I don't think consciousness, I don't think the brain creates consciousness. I think consciousness creates the brain, actually. Um, man, I wish that quote could go down in history. But anyway, you know, not for my ego either. I think it's profound, simply. Anyway, and I share little tidbits of how energy works because when I talk about these rituals, when I start sharing my story, you guys are gonna be like, um, you know, how the fuck does this work? And like at first I didn't know how the fuck it worked either because this is crazy. But then I am a natural born science researcher. I'm a physics student. So this stuff kind of makes sense to me when they started doing it to me and they started you know, they've also been talking about portals lately. You know, they and yes, they still keep in contact with me. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about how they do it. Um they've been stalking me for years, but they talk about portals and shit, and they talk about sending me into a portal of hell. And you know what I say? I say, how does space-time bend, you know? Oh, actually, if you watch my my last video, I think it was about space-time bending, and oh no, I didn't post that video. I was watching a documentary of quantum mechanics, but of general relativity, not quantum mechanics, pardon me. General relativity and quantum mechanics do not correlate, and I want to solve it, just like every physics student says. I'm going to unite general relativity and quantum mechanics. Every student says that, but I'm going to do it. But actually, my goal in science is to detect the astral body. I want to detect astral projection, and I want to detect the fourth dimension and tesseracts. And, I want to prove mind over matter manifestation. I want to prove that we are all connected and all stuff like that. But it's actually really late, but so I'm gonna shut this video off. But I just want to say, like, I'm gonna start making documentaries, enlightened documentaries too. So I'm gonna keep my page scientific, but I'm also gonna share my story on my page. And I really think that, you know, I really think it's a good step forward for me. It's hard to share this much personal information, but it's really more so of a documentary that I'm trying to post just in case I do go missing, because it's fucked up. And excuse my language, but I try to mind my swearing, my spelling, if you know what that means. Spelling. Words are spells, they hold vibration. Look at Dr. Emoto. See, I'm just spitting off experiment after experiment about physics, honestly. Dr. Emoto, he has this physics experiment where he proves that mind over matter works. You could speak to water and it changes it, and you can even use just your mind and you can pray over the water and it changes its structure. So not only does speaking the words, do it, but mind over matter. It's Nikola Tesla said to study the non-physical, and why are we not doing that? Someone needs to do the science behind the law of attraction. Someone needs to, and I've seen the law of attraction at work before, so that's how I know how this stuff works. I've seen mind over matter. I've seen, I've actually, oh, sorry. I just said sorry because I accidentally almost knocked a drink down. Silly. I've actually seen telekinesis in real life too, and that's once again where people lose me. But if you've actually read a book, now here, stay with me, stay with me. I can prove this with physics too. Well, I can prove this with a book. Pardon me. I'm trying to do the physics behind it, but there's a book called Autobiography of a Yogi, and he's a brilliant man. His name's Paramahansa Yogananda, and this is where enlightened documentaries begins. Because I want to do a documentary on Paramahansa Yogananda. His guru. Oh, by the way, they do telekinesis and mind over matter in Paramahansa Yogananda's book Autobiography of a Yogi. That's all I was trying to say, is that these satanic idiots have done rituals on me with telekinesis. So I've witnessed it in person. Yes. Yes, they made energy manifest out of thin air. I know I'm not schizophrenic or anything, and this is all very logical. It happened in a logical sense. The same way it happened with Paramahansa Yogananda. He wrote a book about his experience with mind over matter and whatnot, and his experience with all these enlightened stories. And the way he worded it was so eloquent that people didn't think he was crazy. They understood that psychic abilities are a byproduct of elevated consciousness. And they're also a byproduct of idiots doing satanic rituals. Yes, you can get telekinesis somehow by doing stupid shit. I don't know how they do it, but I know that they do. But anyway, I was just trying to tell you that I've seen telekinesis in real life, and I'm trying to do the science behind it. But which is going to be hard to repeat it in a lab because that's how you do things. But I'm just gathering as much data as I can, and I guess this is my first share my story. Oh, it's called story time. It's called story time. I should start wearing makeup and putting on doing my hair, because that's how like girls get views and shit. But I've been so stressed that I just make these documentaries at like midnight. So like I wasn't really planning this one. Also, I don't have my apartment yet. So I don't really have a setup. I don't have a office. I don't have a computer room. But this is story time. Story time number 1. I was abused by a satanic cult. And and I don't fuck with cults or gangs or anything like that. I don't no, sweetheart, no. Just no. I don't roll that way. I got I actually got what would Jesus do uh tattooed on me, because not because I'm Christian, because I'm not Christian, I'm not religious, but I say what would Jesus do for the enlightened perspective of following a moral code of love. Love is the answer. You know, I like to study all religions. And it actually says, what would Lord Sananda do? My tattoo says, what would Lord Sananda do? Because it's after a story I'm writing. It's a TV show I was actually gonna write, but maybe I'm gonna make these little comedy skits, like enlightened comedy skits, kind of like Awaken with JP. There's a guy named JP Sears on YouTube, but and he makes comedy skits about spirituality. I was gonna do one too, but it was gonna be like more like a TV show about. I was gonna turn like Spirit Science, the YouTube channel Spirit Science. I was gonna make a Spirit Science comedy show is what I was gonna make, and I write poems. Lord Sananda is basically another word for Jesus Christ. But anyway, so I guess this is my first video. I've been ritually abused in many ways. I don't want to share all the ways that I have been. My name is Alyssa Fortin. It's very hard to share personal information about myself, so please be easy with me. Hate will be ignored. I'm too woke for that. So I won't comment more on it. Actually, it's just not worth your energy. You gotta. Energy is like money. Would you spend money on shit you don't want? No. Would you spend energy on shit you don't want? No. No, baby. No, I don't do that. Nuh-uh, sweetheart. Nuh-uh. But, so yeah. This is my first story time video. And these are all real. Seriously, I'm not gonna spend time debating whether or not I'm clickbaiting or any of that bullshit. This is a serious fucking matter. I am not, I will say this once and once only. Nothing is clickbaited, nothing is fake, nothing is for views. This is not for my ego. And honestly, you could really I'll point out this necklace here in a minute. And honestly, you could, like, if you have any fucking common sense at all, you know that I'm not clickbaiting you or just doing this for the views, because this puts my life at danger. And if you look at the topics that I talk about, like consciousness, expanding your consciousness, like I have that Ralph Smart, Aaron Doughty, Teal Swan vibe to me. Like, if you really can pick up what I'm putting down, you can tell that I'm not doing this for the views. You can tell that I'm just a naturally curious kid who fucking loves, well, I'm a college kid now, who just really, excuse my language too, who really just loves science. And I really just want to I want to follow my passion. I want to follow my passion and do the physics behind consciousness and do the physics behind astral projection and do the physics behind general relativity. And, Nassim Haramein said he was even redesigning some of Einstein's equations. And I thought that was the coolest shit ever. I was like, what if I could do that one day? So, like, and it just so happens that I'm dealing with ritual abuse, so I want to share my story and maybe even do the science behind the shit that they've been doing to me, like, so that's where I'm coming from. I'm not doing any of this for clickbaits. I'm not doing any of this for the views. I'm too real for that. And, life's too short to be anything but fucking real. I'm the realest motherfucker you'll ever meet. I mean that, like, fucking get real or go home. Like, honesty, loyalty, love. Life is too short for bullshit, and don't, like, I'm just trying to let you know, that I'm not clickbaiting. Like, this is all gonna be 100% real. Like I said, if you look at the type of content that I post about consciousness, you can tell that I'm awakened. And I wanted to say this is a serious matter because this is like life alert. It's a necklace I wear. This is a really serious thing. I wear this necklace every day because on the back you click it twice if you're kidnapped. It's called Invisaware. So I literally wear this every day. I was drugged in person too. I was drugged in Florida and I was raped in Michigan by these gang stalkers, this cult. They've been stalking me for years. It's some shit you see on the 6 o'clock news. It's some Jeffrey Epstein Island human trafficking bullshit, except it's like satanic. And they say the elites, like Jeffrey Epstein, I don't know if he's considered an elite, but the elites that go to his island are satanic. I mean, but I don't want to get into government conspiracies because I don't want to be called a conspiracy theorist, and I don't know if they're part of the government. They've kind of hinted at having government ties before, so, like, I don't know, but I'm not blaming the government. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, it's the government. The government's after me. Nothing like that. It wouldn't put it past me. I wouldn't put it past the government to do some type of shit, because if you Google MK Ultra, they openly admit to torturing innocent people for what was MK Ultra for? Just for their own personal research. And So it's not crazy, you know, to even have that as a theory, if you were to have that as a theory. But I don't know who these people are. I don't know if they wanted me. My counselor told me that, you know, being a young single female, these crimes are, you know, stalking and gang stalking and, you know, even being raped. It's you're in the majority, you know, if you're a single white female. And I am single now. I just broke up with my ex Kyle. And this is a lot of information I'm giving you about my personal life. So, you know, I'll ask you. Sorry, I thought I heard something. I thought my grandma was awake. I don't want to wake anybody up. But, you know, I ask you guys to all please be extra kind to me in the comments. And if you see someone being unkind, please stick up for me because I'd do it for you. You know, the world needs more positivity, you know, and this is a very sensitive topic for me to share, but this is me sharing my story. So what am I going to call this? Story time. Um, oh, follow me on Instagram too at Enlightened Documentaries. But I wish I didn't have to share this. I wish this stuff wasn't going on. I wish we could all just live in peace, you know. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one, as John Lennon would say. I wish we could all live in peace, or however the song goes. I love the Beatles. Beatles got me through some shit, you know. All you need is love. But so what should this video be called? Story time. Story time. I was ritually abused. Part 1. I'm going to make like different parts to this. Oh, by the way, I also I put kickstart. Maybe I could. Okay, anyway, I got the electromagnetic field of the heart tattooed. I just wanted to put see, that's the heart, the electromagnetic field of the heart. I got that tattooed, and I got it tattooed green for the heart chakra. I think Dr. Joe Dispenza actually talks about. I remember one of his documentaries. Um, Speaking of enlightened documentaries, I remember. Oh, I got a brain fart. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, he said that the nerves in your body actually light up when your chakras are activated. So that's physical proof of detecting in a lab repeatable experiments of detecting chakras. So yeah, I want to detect chakras too, and yeah, but so yeah, this is my first story time. Please be kind, please be courteous, please share this with other people. I'm really living a nightmare, and I'm gonna go into. I mean, it scares me a little to share the rituals I've been through because I don't want them to happen to other people. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I really don't know what people could do with this information online, but I feel like if I have an audience, perhaps I'll feel safer, you know, if people know my story. Plus, I want to make documentaries because shit, you know, I don't want to fucking die and nobody knows who I am. Plus, if my 2012 video goes famous, then maybe my story will too, and maybe I'll have like some kind of protection. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just making documentaries, yo. I'm enlightened documentaries. I make documentaries about everything, yo. But thank you for watching. God bless you all. I don't know if there's a God. I'll do the science behind God later. Anyway, sorry. It's just something I say. Instead of saying like namaste, I interchange them sometimes. Aaron Dottie is so cool. Because he always says namaste at the end of his videos. That's why I was thinking about him. But yeah, I wear this necklace every day because this is serious. This isn't clickbait. But if you want to learn more about my life, I'm gonna do story times and I'm gonna start putting on makeup and stuff like that because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why that was more important to even mention, but yeah, I don't want this video to trail on. So stay tuned. It means a lot to me. If you're an empath, if you're a light worker, you're actually gonna find my channel really interesting because I'm woke as hell. I'll just say it. You know, I like to think I am. You're gonna love the rabbit holes I lead you down. I read so many books, you know, spirit science and physics and, you know, history and English. I like to be well-rounded in all topics, you know. I'm also an honor roll student, so I'd like to say that my content is pretty good. You know, grades don't determine everything, but I'm just giving you a piece of who I am and what to expect with my channel, and, you know, that I have a good head on my shoulders and hold on. Oh, sorry, I had to change something on the TV. So to expect good things from my channel is what I'm really trying to share with you in an honest way. So here's my first story time, and I will try to make these more interesting, because right now I just pulled out my camera, and by interesting I mean like not make shit up, like ooh, I'll make shit up to make it more interesting. No, like I'll have a video planned out. So, and I'll have like music in the background, like, meditative music in the background. So, like, it may be like some clips of like stock images and charts and diagrams to go along with what I'm saying to make it video more interesting. So it's not just me pulling out my camera at midnight, because this isn't very professional. It's my first video. Leave me alone. But thank you for watching. Please subscribe and please donate to my Patreon. Please donate. I need money to hire a detective to find out who these people are that have been chasing me. So please, thank you, and have a blessed night. Donate to my Patreon. My Patreon will be up soon.